We created a survey that consists of 10 questions relating to horror films. With the final data, we will take this on board and use it in our short horror titles we will be creating later on. We started off our survey with asking the question, how old are you? The response we got, you can clearly see on the bar graph, was most people are aged between 15 to 17. 70% answered with 15 to 17, and 10% of people answered with 11 to 14, 18 to 25, and 26 plus. This will not have a big impact on our own horror film because we will base our film around the most popular age of 15 to 17, making sure that is an appropriate age for that. We already have an idea of what we are going to do, and we will not have to change that because it fits the age group. Our target audience was around the age of 14 to 18 anyway, so the impact really is not that big. Question 2, we asked, what gender are you? You can see that there are more females than male in this answer, but only by 10%. If we had more male answers, it would be more stereotyped, as men are seen to enjoy horrors more than females do, and they are seen as brave. Therefore, having more female answers doesn't allow us to make our horror film fit to the male genre. We can achieve this by ensuring that our main character, who is a girl, wears sensible clothing.
This bar chart shows that we asked, what weapons do you prefer out of knife, gun, rope and hands? Hands were said to be one of the best ways of attacking or killing someone, but only came first by 5%, in which a knife would have been the most wanted weapon. We also asked what social media is used most out of Facebook, Omegle, BBM, Skype and WhatsApp. The bar chart shows the results that Facebook was the most used, which hasn't changed our plan, as we thought Facebook would be the most effective social networking site by how people can view your wall and message you when they want.
For question 5, we asked what horror film scared our audience the most and gave the respondents the opportunity to tell us their personal view without giving them the restriction of options. We got a range of results, however there was one answer which was mentioned more than others, which was Insidious, and this was chosen 6 times. We thought this question was relevant because with our answers we are now able to create an opening scene with the ideas of some of these films, which will then appeal to the respondents and target audience. However, we haven't changed our original idea because of the answers to this question, as this film is too unrealistic to base our opening scene around. Question 6. Another question we asked was, what type of horror antagonist do you like the most? We gave the respondents 6 choices to choose from, as we wanted a more specific answer to this question. The respondents mostly responded to the choice Psycho, who appears to be normal at first. This was the option that we were most interested in to use for our opening scene. This hasn't made an impact in our original decision because this is the choice we were originally going to incorporate into our work.
Question 7 was asking, what setting do you prefer? Forest, mansion, graveyard or an abandoned house? 55% selected in the forest. This hasn't made an impact in our work, as this is what we wanted to do from the start. We have located setting which will lend itself into being used as it is a forest, and this is the simplest setting of our choice we gave, which made our planning easier. Our next question, question 8, was, does dramatic music make you more scared? After analysing the result, we found out that dramatic music makes the audience more scared when watching a horror. 90% said yes to dramatic music, whilst only 10% said no. We had already decided that we was going to use dramatic music, and now we need to find copyright-free music, or otherwise we could create our own. Question 9. We also asked, what do you find the most scariest? Being home alone, being in the dark, clowns, masked figures, or paranormal activity? Our results showed that 50% of people were most scared about being home alone. This has made a huge impact in our work, as we now need to try and incorporate the idea of being home alone into our work. Our original plan was to film in the dark, but this came out with 25%. The earlier questions ask about settings, which came out as the audience wanted setting in the forest. So we'll incorporate a lone character in the forest in order to meet the demands of both questions.
Our final question was, do you enjoy watching horror films? If so, why? 80% of people answered with yes, and some of the reasons people enjoy watching is because they enjoy the adrenaline they get out of not knowing what's going to happen. Another reason is that people enjoy the tension being created. 20% of people said they didn't enjoy watching horror films because it scared them, and they don't like not knowing what's going to happen. This had an impact on our film, as the majority of people said they enjoyed watching horror films and the adrenaline they get from watching them. This affected our ideas, as then we knew to create a tense atmosphere.